fun, a sparkler and a tale. We'll see how hard he comes. Chaos and laughter, it's a wild, crazy ride. With the ADH demon, they've got no place to hide. Hey ho, let's go, muted, oh no. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how big can we go? Demon don't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spidey's at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. A true rebel on parade. Distraction's his companion, but Chloe's coming to his aid. The caffeine's kicking hard, I'm about to holler to the ADH demon. I'll pledge my last anus dollar. Hey ho, let's go, muted, oh no. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how pay can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spidey's at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. A drunken anthem, raise your glass up high for the wild ones like us who never say die. The spark inside is burning, can you feel the heat? With the ADH demon, we'll never face defeat. Hey ho, let's go, muted, oh no. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how petty can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spidey is at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. Hey ho, let's go, muted, oh no. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how petty can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spidey is at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight.
Well, hello everybody. How we all doing out there on this very cold, very cold evening? It's we just had a massive drop in temperature over the past kind of 12 hours or so, and then we got a warning, batten down hatches warning. Now, for most parts of the world, not a big deal. A little bit of snow, a little bit of sleet, a little bit of ice, all that kind of stuff. Chloe took it to a whole other level. She wanted me to go shopping earlier and get supplies, including barrels of water in case the pipes freeze. We got some seriously cold weather last year and nothing froze, so we were fairly okay. But yeah, anyway, so it's been pretty chilly around here. I spent the day trying to fix our heating system. We have like a massive kerosene powered stove in the kitchen, and my god, that thing gets hot, so much so that it actually cracked the top plate, the hot plate on it, and was letting feckin' fumes into the house. So I had to go in, get a new one and fix all that, and that was hard going, not gonna lie. I had a pretty feckin' busy day today, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys these two videos. So I'm trying out something. I've done it before. I did it a couple of years ago. I did it a few months ago as well, I think, and I want to try to do it again here now, which is where I kind of live stream and show you guys some of the videos, the kind of stuff that you see like on my channel every day or whatever, or every few days. But I want to do it live and then basically clip that and upload it as a separate video, just to kind of see if that's working out or not. And a lot of the reason for that is just I've just been so busy. I'm really busy every day pretty much at the moment. So yeah, I have a lot going on, a lot of other YouTube related work and stuff like that. So I've been trying to keep up with that on YouTube and staying in touch with people and getting stuff done. So anyway, and then of course in the last few days, taking care of Chloe. She's doing great. She's doing absolutely great. It was spur of the moment thing, and thank you so much, Cripple Rick, and everybody else for the lovely messages we've gotten over the past couple of days, emails and Discords and Instagrams and smoke signals, like everything. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. She had an unidentified infection, basically, is what it was. And as you saw, she was on the stream the other night. She was in great spirits. Then she went out there, and within 10 minutes, she just fucking nosedived. And then I went out there. She was like roasting hot, a bit not delirious, but a little bit all over the place. So she spent the last couple of days sleeping and drinking loads of water and minty tea and green tea and all that kind of stuff. But she was in way better spirits today. Came with me to go visit my mom and dad. They just live out the road, so went out there knocking back the chips and nugs. So she's in flying form now again. She's back in bed now again because it probably took a fair bit out of her. But Project Constitution. I was actually going to email you about that. I checked and it's not. Unfortunately, it still says that it's going to be updated on the 19th, which was yesterday. So I don't really know. You might have a look at it and let me know what you think. Because I'm not really sure. Excuse me. Yeah, absolutely. Lucian Dark. She's miles better. Just kind of came out of nowhere, and I had my suspicions during the week because she was getting tired really, really fast. And that's always like a dead giveaway that there's like somebody has an infection or whatever. But that being said, a lot of the time, you might have a niggly chest infection or something going on, or like a cold or something you don't know about, and it's taking the life out of you, and it might never actually, the symptoms might never develop, and you might not get a cold or cough or whatever. So that's what we thought, but it turns out it was just an unidentified infection. It's under control now, and she's doing much, 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 much better. So evening from Ballbag, Baltic, Scotland. Yeah, I heard it's pretty fucking cold over there too. Stephen for £2 says, hello, not seen you in ages. Who's that again? I don't recall that person. I'm only joking. Great to have you over, mate. We had a ball. Stephen was over all week. We had a fucking great time. We had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. Winter's kind of hit me too, but that's mostly due to the cold wind. Yeah, it's that kind of, what do they call that? The real feel cold is a different fucking story. We didn't have any wind here now today, but we do have a yellow moved up to an orange or an amber warning for wind and snow and sleet, I think. But some parts of the country have already gotten snow. And most people might think that, it's not a big deal. Like, there's some of you guys live, there's a few of you live in Alaska and Canada and fucking, I don't know, North Korea, places where there's loads of snow. And you guys are probably thinking, is this guy fucking for real or what? But we're just not prepared for it, I think, is the problem. Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. Great to see you, my friend. Says, great to hear. Blessings on blessings. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. My joints heat the cold wind. I can make my joints lock up. Yeah. I thankfully, I not too bad so far this year. Usually my thumbs get really, really sore. I know that sounds very oddly specific, but I've got something with my joints and my thumbs, or the bone of my thumb or some shit like that. I was born with I can't remember what it's called. It's like a benign tumor, I think. I'm open to being corrected on that. In like the long bone of my thumb. And when it gets really cold, that starts to hurt quite a bit. I can't remember. There's a name for that. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Somebody said, oh yeah, Tonka said wind chill. Exactly, wind chill. We don't do weather here in San Diego. I see, that's the thing. Like, some parts of the world, you get such beautiful weather all year round, and it's fairly consistent no matter what time of the year it is. Not here. As I said before, and I'll say again, the only difference between winter and summer in Ireland is that in the winter, the rain gets a bit colder. Although we actually haven't had, touch wood, we haven't had a really rainy autumn or fall or whatever you want to call it this year. Last year, fuck me, man, it pissed all summer for the most part and all fucking autumn. And yeah, same now this year. It's cold, thank God. It's not pissing rain just yet. Stephen for £5 says we've got an amber warning for snow here, and we got a warning for 4 inches. I told him it's usually bigger, it's just cold out. I thought you were going to say something like you got a warning for 5 inch or for 4 inches, and you said, don't worry, I'm used to it. I was born with it. Shazzy Bears watching from feckin' cold Northern Ireland. Great to see you, Shazzy Bear. Sláinte. Oh, where would one maybe get one of these? I'm going to have Christmas ones. I might have them tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm not really sure just yet. It depends because I have some other shit I got to take care of today. So I'll wait and see. But if you want to grab your Irish Demon mugs, they're linked down below, I think. Maybe. They're supposed to be. If not, somebody will link it in the side chat if anyone wants to get one. But I'll have special Christmas mugs tomorrow in the hopes that people will actually get them before Christmas. We'll see how that goes. What part of Northern Ireland are you in, Shazzy? Spent a bit of time up there. Was it this summer? No, I didn't go this summer, actually, did I? Fuck it, I can't remember. Up around Limavady. I think that was this summer and last summer and the summer before, but I can't remember for certain if I went this year. I don't remember. County Down. I got to tell you real quick, right? So there's a county in the north of Ireland called County Down, and I can't remember what year it was. It's going back a long time. We were down in Gaelic Park in Limerick, which is a stadium kind of where they play hurling and football, and it was the Munster final day. So somebody could probably figure this out from looking back, and it was Limerick versus Cork in the Munster final, which is tantamount to nuclear war. And I remember it's one of my fondest memories. My dad and his best friend, the light of heaven on him, a massive Limerick fan, my dad a massive Cork fan, and I got a beautiful picture. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken of the two of them leaning up on the railing, my dad in his Cork jersey, poor old Jim in his Limerick jersey, and it was one of the best days ever. But Down were playing as well that same day, and Down's county colours are pretty close to the Cork county colours. So the Cork people were all cheering for Down. And there was a whole bunch of lads in front of me, all drinking, having a good time. And I remember thinking, you know, the way when we cheer for our teams over here, you say up Cork or up Waterford or up Limerick or whatever. And I was thinking, you can't really say up Down though, can you? And next thing, I didn't actually say that out loud. I've just been thinking it in my head. Next thing, all these boys, when the Down team ran out onto the pitch, all these lads started shouting up, down, up, down, up, down. I just thought it was really, really funny. Excuse me. I've been all over down South camping. Oh, fantastic. Whereabouts down this neck of the woods have you been? I was camping up in Limavady. I'm trying to fucking remember, did I go this summer? Or maybe I couldn't go because my bike shit itself. It was one or the other. There was one of the years anyway. I think it was this summer I wasn't able to go. It was this summer because last summer I had Chloe on the back. I'd gotten a new bike, a Harley Ultra Classic, the day before we rode up there. And it's a fair old spin on a bike to get all the way up to Limavady. That's where the Giants Causeway is, quite close to there. And I had this beautiful new bike and fucking had the boss on the back, got up the north, and the guy who I actually swapped bikes. I didn't buy it, but like I swapped my bike for my buddy's bike. And we got up there. He was like, oh, how did the bike go? Was it all good? I said, yeah, no, it was great, but there was a desperate whiny noise coming from the back. He was like, oh, fuck, I wonder what that is. Like, there's new brakes on and everything. I was like, that is walking over towards me with a big cranky head. And because she kept tapping me on the shoulder, like, can you pull over? I need a drink. Can you pull over? I need to go for a pee. Can you pull over? I need to have a cigarette. Can you pull over? I was like, yeah, baby, I'll pull over the next rest stop. And then I'd shoot right past it. She'd be like, oh, you missed it. I'm like, fuck, sorry, I didn't see it. It's like, fuck that, I'm not stopping. The whole way down then, we were supposed to come home on the Saturday. It was beautiful weather. Sorry, we were supposed to come home on the Sunday. It was spectacular weather on the Saturday. Beautiful weather then when we woke up Sunday morning. We were in a tent. Woke up melting inside in the fucking tent. So we said, we'll take a spin into what's the city closest to Limavady? It's not Belfast. Was it Derry? Anyway, whatever the city was, we said we'd take a spin in there on the bike and then we'll come back to the campsite, say goodbye to all the boys, and we'll start heading down the road. About fucking good, solid 6-hour ride. So No, it wasn't Coleraine, but what a beautiful fucking town that is. Oh my God. Arc 123. Absolutely spectacular town, Coleraine. So anyway, we rode away back to the campsite. It was absolutely roasting. I usually wear some fairly solid level of safety gear for the most part. A good jacket anyway, but it was too hot. I had my vest on and my t-shirt and just cruising. It was beautiful. And we got back to the campsite. I was a bit dehydrated. And this is my story. I'm sticking to it no matter what Miniboss says. I was a bit dehydrated and I was presented with a nice cold pint. And then I got the lip for the pint. And then that was the end of it. I said to herself, I was like, look, the weather's spectacular. All the boys are here. All the girls are here. Let's chill. We'll fucking go home tomorrow. Woke up at 7 o'clock the next morning. Now I didn't drink all day because I knew I'd be riding home in the morning and I didn't want to be rough. Got up the Monday morning because it was a bank holiday. I said, that's grand now. We get up nice and early in the morning, 7 o'clock. We'll hit the fucking road. We'll be home by lunchtime. Woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning. Pissing rain. And when I say pissing rain, I mean pissing rain. It was like there was an elephant standing over the tent pissing down on top of us. So anyway, got up. It was fucking freezing cold. Everything was soaked. I left my helmet hanging off the handlebar of the bike upside down. So as you can imagine, fucking pull that over my head and whoa, fucking cold rain pissing down me. Went over to the back box of the bike and the Ultra Classic, the Harley Ultra Classic has a big back box and nice big saddlebags, all of my wet gear. So I thought to myself, happy days. I'll try on my wet gear. She'll throw on hers. We'll jump on the bike and we'll just put the head down, fill up the bike twice, I'd say, on the way back and cruise all the way home. And then she's like this inside the tent looking out the door. And she was like, you know the way you told me to bring my rain gear? I said, yes. Well, I didn't. I said, why the fuck not? She, instead of bringing rain gear, brought this massive bag of makeup because her friends were going to be there and they wanted to do their makeup before going out. So she brought all her fucking makeup and a hairdryer and a hair straighteners. Where are you going to plug them in a fucking campsite? Anyway, so needless to say, she and Chloe's tiny compared to me. Like she only comes up to my shoulder and she's about half the width of me and half the length of me that way. So I had to put my rain gear on her. She looked fucking ridiculous, adorable, but ridiculous. All I had was a non-waterproof and despite what they say on the fucking tag, also non-weatherproof jacket because I was fucking soaked. I had my jeans on. So they were soaked. My boots were I don't know what I had on, Timberlands, I'd say. They got fucking soaked. Everything. Oh my God, I was absolutely drenched. And then couldn't even get a single dry part of me because my helmet was full of fucking rainwater. So either way, I was getting soaked all over. And we jumped on the bike and one of the boys said to me, you'll be fine on the Ultra because it's got fairings on the front. It's got a big fairing and a screen in front of you. It's got fairings around your legs. Once you're on the main road and you're booking it down the road, the rain will just go right over you. Bullshit. I can tell you that right now. Bullshit. So we rode from there over to Belfast, and I'm not joking. The fucking rain. Oh my Lanta. You've never seen anything like it. It was fucking lethal. She's up on the back like this, almost asleep, because the back seat of the Ultra Classic is like it's like an armchair. So she's like this, all nice and cozy and warm. And my rain gear, all I had to keep me warm was her fucking makeup in the bag next to me. So anyway, got as far as Belfast, and I was soaked. Every square centimeter of me was soaked. And then the worst thing that happens when your upper body gets wet, my legs weren't too bad because in fairness the rain was being pushed aside by the fairings, but because my jacket was wet, the water was running down my zip, right down into my nuts. So when I got off the bike, fucking jumped off. I looked like I pissed myself, truth be told. It was soaking. So there was nowhere to get any wet gear because it was Bank Holiday Monday, or I think it was the Monday. It could have been, maybe we went up on the Friday and that was the Sunday, actually. I think it was. Now that I think of it. Anyway, so got fucking soaked. Couldn't find anywhere to get clothes. Went into Tesco in Belfast. That was fucking closed. So I was like, just get back on the bike. Let's fucking go. So we were bombing it down the road, got to just outside Dublin, the Cork side of Dublin. And we went into a Tesco just outside Dublin. And I bought like the ugliest jacket you've ever fucking seen. Is hanging up over there. It didn't make a difference because I was soaked to the skin. And I bought like cheap tracksuit pants. My jeans were literally like, you wouldn't even have to squeeze them. You just go like that and it's just pissing out of it. So I fucked them into the bag. Put on a cheap pair of trackies and maybe I think I doubled up on the tracksuit pants. But sure, halfway down the road, I was fucking soaked again. And we were coming down past the Cashel intersection and I looked at my fuel gauge and I thought to myself, I've just enough fuel to get home. To get literally, if I keep my speed as I am, I've just enough fuel to get in the gate and park the fucker up. And I have I have 2 or 3 5-liter fucking things of petrol out there, so I'll be fine. Coming back the road, she's tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, I'm not stopping. I'm not fucking stopping. And then to make it worse, yeah, the bike has fairings, but it also had ape hangers. So I was just like this fucking soaked. Open face helmet, by the way. So I'm getting leathered in the face with the rain. And she's on the back there. Happy out. Not a fucking bother. So I just kept my head down, got the whole way home. By the time we got down this far, the rain had stopped around kind of Care, Mitchellstown area. So we had about another hour to go, and then the rain had stopped, but I was already fucking freezing with the cold. Because when you're wet for 5-6 hours, you're going to feel the cold no matter how warm it is or how sunny it is. This is in the middle of the summer, by the way. So we pulled up, but by the time we gotten back, because like we're on the motorway behind trucks spraying shit up into my fucking beard was full of mud. Oh, it was awful. So coming in the road, about 5 miles, I'd say, from here. Oh, shit. Ran out of fucking fuel. I was thinking, you got to be fucking kidding me now. You got to be kidding me. I was standing there, literally now got off the bike, and the water was pissing off me. I was like, oh, sweet fucking baby Jesus, no. Why? Why, man? But just by some stroke of luck, one of my best mates happened to be passing in his car. And what did he have in his car? A drum of petrol for his lawnmower. So he dug me out. But I was lucky I switched off the bike before it ran dry because it's a pain in the ass to get it to start after that. And with those big Harleys, you've got 1 or 2 goes to get that bike started. Otherwise, you just run out of battery. Like, it's a fucking disaster. So we got home anyway. Pulled in, and my driveway is about a kilometer long, just the driveway from the front gate of the property down to the house. Dusty, fucking muddy driveway. Pulled up outside. My bike was destroyed from the spray from the road and the spray from the driveway. So I was like, oh, fuck me. I'm going to have to give it a hose off because it's minging. So she went straight in for a bath and was getting into bed. This is early enough in the day, like, but we were frozen. So I said, look, while I'm still wet, giggity, I'll take the hose out and I'll give the bike a wash down. So I went out, hosed the bike down, and I park my bike. There's a stable. There's like 5 stables behind the cottage. So I park my bike in one of those stables always. Fucking went to switch gears. Gear lever just gone. So I was so lucky that I had just gotten home when the gear lever was ready to shit itself. So anyway, how did I get onto that topic? So yeah, I love Northern Ireland. It's a beautiful part of the country. Except for the fucking weather. Oh my God, the horseflies up there. They're some big motherfuckers. Like you have to get permission from air traffic control. Like those guys are big bastards. Stephen for $5 says, this summer you told me you went to the Holy Stone of Clonrickard. It's a class 2 relic, you know. Wicked Moon says, hello folks, it's snowing in County Clare. Oh, you're up in County Clare. That's awesome. It's a long way from here to there. I love County Clare, beautiful part of the world. Father Ted's house. I got family up around there, up in where are they? Dysart, that kind of area. But you're very, very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Oh, anything mechanical, any fucking mechanical object at all, I have bad luck with. Right, anyway, let's get stuck into these videos. Now, I haven't watched either of these in its entirety, so I said we'd watch it together. One of them is from who the fuck is that? Judge Middleton, and the other one is from Judge, oh my god, what's his name? Fleischer. Is it Fleischer or Fleischer? Fleischer, I think, right? Anyway, we go with, which one we go with first? We go with Judge Middleton first. Let's go.
Paper and everything, and this is so irritating. Can I go back to sleep? If I got a 5,000 baht, I'm not getting out then. So can I go back to sleep?
Yes, you can. Good afternoon, Ms. Washington. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Gavin.
Yes.
This is Judge Middleton. I'm here on behalf of Judge Pattison. Also here is Casey Strong from the Public Defender Group, and she's here. You got arrested on a bench warrant in this case. That's file number 231559SM. You were charged way back in June of 2023 with kicking somebody's window out. About $700 worth of damage. And
They didn't have to
looking through-
receive.
Just a moment, Ms.
Okay.
Washington. We'll talk about the facts. Let the judge speak about
But
the.
if we're talking about the facts, I didn't get charged in June then.
All
Ms.
right, well, your
Washington, don't say
lawyer,
anything right now.
Oh
We'll
my
talk.
God, okay.
your lawyer is Paul Gibson.
Okay, that makes
And-
sense.
Ms. Strong, you don't know this, but Ms. Washington does. She and I are related. She's about my first cousin twice removed. Her grandfather was my first cousin. And so I try not to handle her cases, but sometimes I'm compelled to. But this was a Judge Pattison case, and it's filled with Ms. Washington failing to appear when she was supposed to. There were, I think, 3 separate bench warrants. Then she failed to appear for sentencing, and Judge
No.
Pattison set the bond at $5,000 cash or surety. Of course,
This is not true.
what they said is, oh no, then you were placed on probation, and there was a
15 days time
probation.
served and
violation.
20 days time served.
Ms. Washington, we'll talk
Yes,
about.
you got
He said
20
that
days.
I was stating the facts, why can't I say the truth? And then he said I had to go to probation. He said, come check in with the probation officer until you can see if they bring me a receipt. I talked to them. They don't have a receipt. They talk to the courts. So if you want the truth, then don't Miss Washington. I'm not listening to you then. I'll stay in jail forever if I gotta
I
listen
want
to
to
you
hear
lie.
everything you have to say, but not when we're on the record. Give us a moment, okay?
All right.
We'll talk
At
about
any
it.
rate, you are correct, Ms. Washington. It was a probation violation bench warrant. And you're right, there were issues about how much the window was worth. They claimed it was worth $759. Judge Pattison ordered something less than that. He's not here today. And how did you get arrested last night?
I didn't. I got arrested this morning. I was literally walking down the street.
Okay, in Sturgis?
Yeah.
All right. Are you still at the road address?
Yes.
Okay, address is still correct. I'm gonna set PV arraignment for 10:30 on November 19th. Mr. Gibson is set to be there that morning. And I'll let Judge Pattison deal with this. He wasn't very happy about this, why he set the bond at $5,000 cash or surety.
You said my bond?
Yes.
How? If I got time served and the people told me that I don't have to pay anything because they don't have a receipt or evidence that I did anything.
Well, he put you on probation and
No,
then
he
you
did not.
never complied with any of the terms of probation.
Okay, so
Well,
I
you could-
got a $5,000 bond because I'm ready to go back and lay down. I'm not in the mood for this. I've been in court like 15 times for something I didn't fucking do, and I already got 16 days time served. I'm tired of doing
You
this.
got-
I'm tired.
Man,
I
you
just
got-
wanna go to fucking sleep. Leave me alone.
All right, you got 20 days, credit 20 days, and then there's this probation issue. So you go back and
No,
take
I
a
literally
nap.
got 16 days
Judge
time served and
Patterson will
20
see
days
you.
time served. I didn't get put on probation because I don't have anything that I have to pay.
Yes, you do. I think you have a disagreement with what Judge Patterson ordered.
No,
So
I
anyway,
don't. I literally
go
talked to people.
take
They
a
don't have
nap.
any excuse that I broke the fucking window. They said there is no receipt. I went there 3 different times and had them fax a paper and everything. And this is so irritating. Can I go back to sleep? If I got a 5,000 back, I'm not getting out then. So can I go back to sleep?
Yes, yes, you can.
Man, it makes no fucking sense. Every fucking open that door. Goddamn. Man. I'm embarrassing me that. This is so fucking stupid. How do I get time served and then I have to open the door?
Well, that escalated quickly. God
I
damn.
can see why Judge Patterson set the bond at $5,000. I had to study the file. She did get 20 days, credit 20 days, and he put her on a probation. And then she failed to comply with any of the terms, failed to report, failed to pay fines and costs, failed to abstain from the use of alcohol or drugs, failed to participate
Evidently.
in treatment, failed to maintain full-time work. She had a probation violation hearing set for October 21st, and she failed to appear. See how she's doing when he sees her on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll send Paul an email and give him a heads up.
No sense diving into contempt. Just get her on her way. Good morning,
Good
or
morning.
good afternoon.
Or good afternoon.
You're Leslie Ann Harris.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Middleton, and I met you several years ago. You and your boyfriend were charged with a retail fraud, and you were placed on a deferral. And you
So yeah, it must have just been that first part with that lady. I thought it was a longer one because it was a longer video, but yeah, I mean, evidently that lady's got some problems, be they drug and alcohol or mental health, or probably a mixture of both. She obviously has an issue with impulse control, and might want to clean her fucking ears out because evidently she doesn't listen. But anyway, let's have a look at the next one. This one is over in Judge Fleischer's. I can't remember who sent this one in, but we'll have a look at it.
The way that you've threatened my coordinator on the phone in this life.
Oh yeah, no, I did
Get-
see a lot of this one.
I had a really good conversation.
Your only discussion was with the judge.
This one is like, she's so smug and like tries to be intimidating the whole way through, and it's not a good look. But let's let me know what you think, though. I want to hear whether you think she's being reasonable or not.
I don't know what the issue is, but I think that, you're calling it not being very nice to my staff.
That was,
And-
me and her had a good conversation. I mean, the lady, she said she was even going to try to help me. She even wanted to let me come today. That's how I got the information.
You weren't supposed to be here today. We gave you a date
Yeah,
of
but we're not.
December 16th.
Yeah, but
for
when
the-
I called and I explained to her that I won't be here, I won't have nowhere to stay while I'm here, and I told her, she said, bring my information, my documents that I had to prove that I had eviction and I was moving back home to my mom. So how can I be here on December 16th if I'm leaving on the 15th?
You've got this case open, right? So you can't just
I know that's,
move and leave without taking care of this first,
I know, but that was already arranged. That's why I called and did due diligence to say, hey, how do I go about this process? And
Okay, so you need a lawyer, right? We spoke about that last time.
That's why I brought everything to show that I have an eviction. How can I pay for a lawyer? I don't even have the money for one. And I'm.
If I remember last time you came here, you said you have your own business,
I
you've
did
got,
this because I have business that
4
doesn't mean I make
trucks
money. Yeah,
that
I
you've
did,
got.
but I'm here because the guy who I'm here for ruined that truck, totaled the truck, and I don't have it. I never got it back. That's why I'm here. my livelihood was ruined by the guy that I'm here for.
And now charged with terroristic threat.
That's fine.
You've been filed on for this case.
I just came here to respectfully see how can I go about the process that a person, when I called, a rep told me to do this. So I came here to respectfully go about the process the right way, so I don't miss court. Paper says if you can't make it to do your due diligence, so I'm doing my due diligence, and I'm not getting the, I guess, response or help. I don't know.
Okay, so you work now currently, right?
My livelihood, no, my livelihood, my work was my truck. It is ruined, it is gone. I have no work. The guy I was here for that worked with me crashed and totaled my truck, which means my work, my only livelihood, my business is ruined.
What were you doing before?
I had my business for 6 years,
Doing what?
running a commercial fleet service, 26-foot box trucks.
Okay, and how much money were you making a month?
Monthly, after pay, I would say maybe 8,000, and that's including paying for the truck note, truck insurance, and rent.
Okay, so how much money do you make now a month?
I haven't made money since he trashed my truck, which was what, September 28th or something like that?
So you tell me you've been out of work since
I have been
September,
getting help
now
from
in
my mom.
November?
I've been out, I don't have work, I had a business.
How do you support yourself now?
Family is helping me, which is why I say I'm going back home to my mother who's helping me. I
Okay,
worked
so
very hard in my life. I'm not a dummy. I have degrees. I worked very hard in my life. I worked for American Red Cross. I also have a phlebotomist Mississippi. I also have a real estate license. I'm not dumb, stupid, or slow. You're not talking to the one who's sitting here in front of you claiming something. I've worked hard in my life with the American Red Cross for 12 years. Not dumb, stupid, or slow. I opened a business. I started a business and the man ruined my business. And I'm here for free. Yes, I did. If you call it a terrorist there, call it what you want. Someone ruined my livelihood that I worked very hard for, would not return it. I don't have the keys to my livelihood, $72,000 truck with a loan still on it that I still have to pay for. I don't have it.
I can give you an application for an appointed lawyer. We need you to fill it out. Don't just put zeros. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, how many cars you have, house, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, IRAs. Just fill it out and I'll take a look if you qualify. And if you qualify,
Again, if I'm not going to be here, I have an eviction. I don't know what more you need to see if you need me to miss court because I'm not going to be here or be sleeping on the street. I don't know if that's what you want from me. That's not how I live my life. That's not how I went to school to plan to live my life. I don't know if you want me here living on the street. Make it the
Oh my
court since
God.
2016. But again, if I have an eviction that I've brought to you from a community complex, a legal document, where do you want me to leave it to December 16th?
you can't just take off.
I did not say that. That's why I am here to ask you the correct procedure. That's why I am here.
She's an arrogant
I
fucker,
came here
man.
to ask you to do my due diligence, so I don't just take off. I could have, a million people just take off. I'm doing my due diligence and I'm just not getting the proper, I guess, or respectable response.
I
guess.
don't appreciate your passive aggressive.
I'm just trying to
Very
be
passive
diligent,
aggressive.
and you're just saying, I don't know.
I know that you're touting the due diligence word, and I've told you also repeatedly that you need a lawyer to represent you. The lawyer can give you guidance. I cannot. I can't give you legal advice. I cannot give you guidance. I can only tell you that you need a lawyer, what you're charged with, what you're facing, the bond conditions that you have. At this point in the game, it's lawyer. You need a lawyer. I've told you that you need to go hire one. You're telling me that you don't have money, that you've not worked since September. So the next stage is I give you an application to fill out. And I'm going to give you an application to fill out, but don't give it to me with all zeros because I'm going to send it back to you. Just fill it out honestly, fill it out thoroughly, and I'll take a look whether you qualify. And if you do, I'll provide you with a court-appointed lawyer. But you got to understand, in this life, the way that you've acted to me, the way that you've threatened the staff, the way that you've threatened my coordinator on the phone, in this life, you get
Your coordinator, I had a very good
Your
conversation.
only discussion was with the judge.
you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
I'm sorry, can I say something? Me and the coordinator had very good conversation. So what coordinator did you spoke to that told you that? Because we had a good conversation and she just said no. I had a very good conversation with the coordinator who actually told me, no, come up here tomorrow. I said, I could come next. She said, no, come tomorrow. If I was you, gave me correct steps. So I don't know. It wasn't Latoya Furlow. I don't appreciate that because I've never had an incorrect conversation with anyone on the phone. I called one time and got that information one time from a lady who thanked me, and I had a conversation outside of this with that person on the phone. So it was not a rude conversation at all, for not even a second.
a big part of this life is also listening. I've been trying to explain you stuff as well. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar in every aspect of life. If you act like this to the lawyer that we give you, you're not going to have a good relationship and it's not going to go well. So remember, be patient, be nice. It takes a while to get evidence. Rome wasn't built in a day. So if we give you a lawyer today and you start hooting and hollering, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, it takes time.
Yes, sir, you're judging me. I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just telling
Press
you to be
X to
patient
doubt.
and be nice, because
Let me get an X to doubt in the side chat or in the comment section if you're watching this back, if you think that she's not like that. Yeah.
it goes a long way in every aspect of life. All right,
Exactly.
you mind giving an application? Thanks.
Judge, I don't want to get into the facts or anything, but I just want to correct any misrepresentations that were made to the court. The complaint.
Wait, hold on.
The complaint in this case is not her former employee, it's his family, so the people that she was naming. His brother-in-law, sister, and their child. I just want to make that known to the court. It was not the employee that was the complainant in the terroristic threat.
Okay, do we have proper bond conditions in place now?
They don't speak English. Yeah, say anything.
Ma'am, Ms. Furlow, it's not your turn to say anything, just please. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right.
It looks like there's a no contact as part of the bond conditions, which I think is.
On the appropriate complaining witness?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right, so ma'am, if you just mind, be so kind of take a seat.
So there we go. Yeah, she definitely didn't strike me as the type to be like that. Although I would love to actually hear what the threats were, the alleged threats. I don't understand how anybody can think that calling up the court and abusing people working there before having to go into court is a good idea. Like, how do you think you're going to get any favor with the court by doing that? Like, if anything, it's just going to result in shit like this, especially when she's in there for terroristic threats and that kind of thing. Anyway, it's not really helping her case at all, is it? So yeah, let me know what you think, though. I'd love to hear people's feedback on that. The first one, I think, is a bit obvious that you know, obviously that lady's got some serious issues. I assume this one probably does too. But at some point, you have to draw a line on where you're willing to accept that, you know, oh, sure, God love them, they have problems, versus how far you're going to let that go where it's causing you issues. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, just thought they'd be pretty interesting. So let me know what you think. I'd love to know people's feedback on that one, especially the second one. That was the one that I was like, okay, she's a bit of a, you know. Stephen said during the first one, is it bad I know the exact model of the desk phone? No, it's not. It's not bad. It's also not surprising, especially considering it's, you know, what you do for a living, not making desk phones, but like, you know, operating them. Right. Also, while I have you, Stephen, the other thing, do you remember, you know, the way I've been having problems with my AirPods? I always call them earpods, but I know it's AirPods. The weird thing is that only seems to happen when it's connected to my celluloid phone. It's currently connected to my laptop and no issues. So I don't think it's a hardware problem. It's got to be a software problem. So I'm going to update the phone and see if that changes it. A few people did say they had problems with whatever version of the software was on the phone. So we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed that'll sort it out. As you know, I don't tech. I do tech. I just tech really, really badly. That's the problem. So yeah, that's the two videos for tonight. I'm going to start doing more of these kind of live streams as well, and kind of, you know, do slightly shorter ones and then more kind of podcasty ones and stuff like that. But I thoroughly enjoy doing the court stuff still. It's interesting, you know. Sometimes it's exciting. Like I'll sit there for hours listening to court, and then like absolutely nothing happens, and you're kind of like, ah, for fuck's sakes. But you know, it's good. You get to chat with people and all that kind of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I'm just gonna have a look and see if there's anything else going on out there. Entitled girl gets schooled by judge for not listening. That one seems pretty good. Judge furious over man doing donuts and almost killing someone. Let me see here now. The landlord tenant ones can be a lot of fun. 24 years on the run. Attorney clashes with judge over court instructions. That could be good. Judge scoffs in that man's face. Bowling. Brouhaha. I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah. Brouhaha. I do know what that means. I mean, I've got a little bit more time. What time is it now? 20 to 10. So I got like 20 more minutes. Let me know which one. You know what? I'll play the attorney clashes with judge over court instructions, and then we'll see. Oh, what's this? Judge Simpson's live with a special record. What's that for? Anybody been watching that today? Know what that's about? Because it's pretty late for him to be still live. I'm guessing. Are they waiting for George to come back? All right, I'm just going to check out Judge Simpson's court here for a minute and see what's going on over there.
All rise. This is a special session of the Washtenaw County Trial Court of very end of this Alexis observes the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson presiding. You may be seated.
And in the matter of search, I believe, counsel?
Yes.
We do have Mr. Kerpal, I do believe it is. We do have a motion. Yeah, you got to come up there, counsel. Come on. Got to figure out how to do all this.
All right. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ian Kerpal, P72110, on behalf of Ms. Alexis Zerps. This is my motion to admit Ms. Zerps into the practice of law in the state of Michigan.
I thought it was going to. Congratulations, Mrs. Syrups. I thought it was going to be something exciting, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, let's not watch that one because that's kind of a little bit boring. We'll watch the other one. What was it again? Attorney clashes with judge. Those are always fun. Because in a lot of cases, like some of these attorneys, man, like their client might be an absolute nightmare, but they fight tooth and nail for them. So this one's also from Gavel Gazers.
Judge Matthews? I'm calling people in order of appearance.
Right here.
Well, I just have a question because you issued a BF on my client and you had put on the record last time she was here that she could appear by YouTube or by Zoom.
All right, I'm calling people in order of appearance. That's what I'm saying.
But-
so there are other people who are ahead of you. So I can't address your issue at
But
this
she
point.
has a warrant because of the fault of the court and she's at work and she's panicking because the court on the record on YouTube said she could appear by Zoom. And nobody will give me the Zoom link without the court's permission. So I'm asking the court to please get the Zoom link.
Oh, you can give the Zoom link, but if it turns out that she was supposed to be here and she wasn't, we'll address that issue.
Well,
Who is here on Amanda Drummond? All right, and so that the record can be clear, the court is aware of who can and cannot appear by Zoom and who the court gave permission to appear by Zoom and not by Zoom. So there's no need to come in hot with, you told her she could appear by Zoom. I already know that it's on the docket sheet. The Zoom link changes and it changes every single month. The clerks in the back do not have the Zoom link. Once they come out here, that's when they're given the Zoom link. So where are we on discovery?
Well, Judge, may I respond? Because I think
No.
that it is, well,
Where are we on
I
discovery?
think that is.
Where are we on discovery?
I think, Judge, I feel like you don't want to hear the response, but it's important because this happens to people. What happened was I came yesterday, I wanted to get the Zoom link. I actually checked.
I don't give the Zoom link the day before.
Yeah, they checked the docket.
I don't give the Zoom.
They said there was
It
no.
has Zoom reading right there. You see that on the docket? What does it say? Zoom. You know what that means?
But then the
That
court
means
issued a
that
bond
your client,
forfeiture.
I have not issued a bond forfeiture.
On the video.
All right,
it
so
went to
here's the
my client.
thing. Where are we on discovery?
Discovery, Judge, is Northeast Methodist Hospital. It was requested we've looked, when we went up during lunch, we have not received those records from the hospital. So they're not in our possession, at this point.
So when will you have those? Because we've been waiting
It was
for a while.
Sorry to interrupt. They were supposed to be here. I think the subpoenas mentioned September 25th. If I'm incorrect. I don't know, but they were supposed to be.
You're correct, because it's on the document.
Okay, and we don't have them. So they're not in the state's possession at this point. And when we were during the lunch break, I had the discussion with my investigator to hunt those down, and we're probably going to have to request them again. I just don't know why that they have not responded.
All right. So what I have is the outstanding medical discovery, and it's your client's discovery. Miss Malik, if you can start your video, please.
She's been trying to juggle a bunch of stuff. She's been on and off since she got the Zoom link. So
Do you have her, this is your client, correct?
It is.
Okay. Could you unmute for me, please? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
What I have is outstanding medical records of your client, and the state was to upload. Is there different medical records that we're looking for?
Judge, what we're looking for is there was an emergency detention on the day that my client got taken into custody. So they are trying to get the police hospital court documents all of that should be in those medical records. So we're trying to get those.
All right. So do y'all know maybe if usually those records, if she was taken into custody and then had the emergency detention, sometimes the sheriff's office may have them in their records potentially. And when I say the sheriff's office, I mean their health department, their infirmary. So they may have it.
Right. Sometimes university has the beginning ones. And I think that's what we're trying to look for.
I guess, they're actually, I was unaware of I might have been before of the discussions, but I'm not remembering independently. But the only thing that I've seen that we requested is Northeast Methodist Hospital records. But if they took her into custody or emergency detention, there should be a report. So
Yes.
I don't know if that report's in the file or not, but
The police report's in the file. And I know just you have a million cases and that this one is, you know a little of it, but it's in the police report that's what happened. And that's why we're trying to get that.
So do y'all think they may have it at the sheriff's?
it could. If it says it in the police report, emergency detention judge, that might be what they used. And then any type of document, like the page, whatever that they fill out when they take her to the hospital, it would be at the hospital. And I don't know if they retain that or not, but I don't.
USB to Mr. Edelman to do that. So.
Okay, that's CPS.
Yeah.
All right. And what I can tell you too, if that's the when you say CPS, you mean Child Protective Services? All right. Has anybody looked at that? Because sometimes if there's an emergency detention, they will have it in the CPS records as well.
They have a USB. I don't have the full copy of that. They probably, I'm guessing, have part of it. And then we're still going to need, the rest. But yeah, I think that's a good starting point.
All right. So this is what I am going to do.
Oh, I don't know if it's uploaded. I saw a NOAD and I saw something else that was uploaded in the NOAD.
All right. So we're going to recall this back on November 21st to see where we're at by discovery.
Okay.
And so if you all can look once you get the CPS records, look in there and see if it's there. And if somebody can check with the jail to see if they have any documentation.
I'm gone that week, Judge. And so if I can, if you're fine with me appearing by Zoom, I can appear by Zoom. But I'll be out of state. I have a wedding on the 22nd. I think that's a Thursday. I have a wedding on the 2nd. So if you could do it either the week before or the week after.
We can bring it up on the 14th.
Okay, we can try for that. That's perfect.
All right, so we're coming back on the 14th.
But I believe we do have the medical records, and I believe we do have the CPS records in here.
Oh, well, if you do, that's great.
That's why, because I did mark on here and I checked off that we have the CPS records and the emergency detention or medical records. I believe that because this envelope that I just showed to the court and defense counsel, it was not opened.
Okay.
And I believe it's patient. So I believe we have both.
All right. So then what we'll do then is, state, we're going to reset this to December 2nd, and state you need to be prepared to tender an offer on that day.
That's.
All right, and I'm gonna look at this, Judge, and I'll let you know, because I think if it doesn't have the court stuff and everything, I will let them know, hey, there may be some other, because I think that if it is an ED, there should have been a court order, and if the medical has it, they have it, but I also kind of want to see the court stuff, so I've asked them to see if they can possibly look into that as well.
All right, we'll come back on December 2nd. State at that time, you need to be prepared to tender our offer.
All right, good.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Hey,
And Miss Malik, where are you at? Are you in Bear County?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so then since December 2nd date, that's the date that the state is going to tender an offer, you'll need to be in court on that day, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that'll be at 9 a.m.
Well, what do we think of that one? It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. Sarah Marie said rude Judge Boyd was sanctioned 5 weeks ago or so for being rude to certain lawyers to the detriment of clients. I had no idea. That's news to me. I got to look into that, actually. I had absolutely no idea. I said it's been busy around these parts. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I love looking over this kind of stuff. I'll be uploading some of this as separate videos, and I'm going to kind of aim to try to do an hour live stream most days. It won't be every single day. Like for example, I'm out this Saturday and Sunday, so possibly Sunday evening we'll see how things go with all of that. But again, thank you so much for joining me. We will catch you all in the next one. I'll play my intro song again, and we'll catch you soon. Sláinte, gur míle maith agad.
The stream's about begun, a sparkler and a tale. We'll see how hard he comes. Chaos and laughter, it's a wild, crazy ride with the ADH demon. They've got no place to hide. Hey ho, let's go, new they don't know. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how big can we go? Demon don't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spidey's at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. A true rebel on parade. Distraction's his companion, but Chloe's coming to his aid. The caffeine's kicking hard, I'm about to holler to the ADH demon. I'll pledge my last anus dollar. Hey ho, let's go, new they don't know. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how big can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spuddy's at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. A drunken anthem, raise your glass up high for the wild ones like us who never say die. The spark inside is burning, can you feel the heat? With the ADH demon, we'll never face defeat. Hey ho, let's go, new they don't know. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how petty can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spuddy is at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight. Hey ho, let's go, new they don't know. The shamrock's like a tidal wave, how big can we go? Demon doesn't tech, but he's ready for the fight. Spuddy is at the ready, he's gonna stream tonight.